So for those that maybe are entrepreneurial and they want to start up a business, they want to launch something, what advice do you have if they're strapped on cash, they probably don't have either the financing or the loan? What type of industries could they get into, or what type of creative ways can they raise funding to pursue their business?
You might have to consider doing a side hustle to get the capital you need for your business, whatever it is. So like, let's just say that their dream is to create fidget spinners or something like that. And so there's an actual manufacturing cost of buying the plastic, the bearings, and having the molds made, okay? You can't do that without money. And so if you're strapped on cash, you're gonna need to create that extra income in a different way. So I would do something that's fee or service based to get started, because now you're just selling your time. I personally am not a fan of selling time. I don't want to do it anymore. However, if you're just getting started, maybe you're an expert in something and you can charge someone $100, $200, $500 an hour to consult with them on whatever your skill set is. You don't need any money to teach somebody something and have them pay you for it. You need money to build a fidget spinner or whatever it is, right? So this is super important because a lot of people out there have this dream of a business model that requires capital to get started, right? Whatever it is, it requires startup capital. And if you don't have the startup capital, think of a way that you might have someone just compensate you for your time, right? Whether it's, again, fee-based consulting or some type of monthly retainer. And I'm just using consulting as one example where you're providing a service that, other than maybe some quick marketing costs, if you just use your network, you can most likely generate the capital. So it's kind of sidestepping. Your goals have a fidget spinner company, but now you're going to do some consulting on branding because you're also an expert in branding or know a thing or two about branding, generate the capital you need over here. And then there's obviously the fundraising. We can talk about that if you want. I'm an angel investor. I've funded a lot of startups. But for people that want to just get scrappy and do it, fee-based. And then there's, Gary Vaynerchuk always talks about garage sailing. I don't know so much about garage sailing, but my very good friend Jared, who was in my house last night, one of my best friends in the world, I've known since high school, he goes on Saturday mornings to estate sales. Here's a huge business model for you guys. He goes to estate sales and buys stuff, maybe a family, the grandma passed away and they're just selling grandma's stuff. And he goes and buys all these antiques, like vinyl records and books that were written in the 1800s and just all these cool things that he finds around there for nothing, like 25 cents for a record. But then he brings it home, puts it on his Etsy shop and sells that record for 25 bucks because it's an antique, it's a collector's item. And so he paid 25 cents and then sold it for 25 bucks. And he does this all day long and makes thousands of dollars a month. I don't want to disclose his income, but like the majority of his monthly overhead is completely covered from something that he just does because it's fun. He's just, that's Jared's thing. He doesn't even need that money, but he thinks it's fun to wake up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, go fill his car worth of, filled with stuff, take some pictures of it, put it on Etsy and let it run. And then he's creating arbitrage. So again, you would say, well, Cole, I need the money to go to the estate sale. I mean, if you can't find a few $100 like on a credit card and pay them through Square or Stripe or whatever it is, or even just borrow $200, it's just a matter of getting that creativeness.
That makes sense.